We got Mary Kay in the queue. Mary Kay brought to us today by Monarch Money. Most people can't name their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you could end up leaving money on the table. That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings you your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use promo code LOCKEDONNFL at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com using promo code LOCKEDONNFL. And with that, we welcome Mary Kay Cabot, Hall of Fame writer for Cleveland.com, to the show. How you doing today, Mary Kay?
I'm doing great, guys. How you doing?
We're doing good. We going right to it. Joe Flacco, he struggled. I heard you ask the question to Kevin Stefanski, has he thought about making a move? He said no. Joe played, I would say, one of his worst football games. And when you look at Joe, and he said that he gave them the best opportunity to win football games, at what point do they say, okay, that's not necessarily true? Is that rather sooner than later? Because it looks like that timetable has moved up a little bit.
Well, I think it all depends on how ready Dillon Gabriel is. They have to make sure that he's ready to go out there and function well against some really tough NFL defenses. And one of those defenses is coming to town on Sunday in the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are tough against the run. They're amazing pass rushers. They've got Micah Parsons now. So you have to make sure that your rookie is ready to play. It's not like they have Kenny Pickett, who they could just throw in there right now. This is a rookie quarterback, and you don't want to hurt the confidence or the psyche of a young quarterback. You have to make sure that you develop them well. So I think that is a big consideration. It's more than just how is Joe functioning and how does Dillon look in practice. Is this the right thing for our football team and for our rookie quarterback at this time? And apparently right now, they just don't think it is the right thing. And I don't really think right now is the right time either. I think they're heading into this grueling stretch of 3 straight really tough defenses, 4 out of 5 games on the road, a game in London. It just seems to me like at the moment, at least, a veteran presence is what is needed. Now, I don't think this is a well-oiled offense by any stretch of the imagination. They're having problems on the offensive line. They're having problems with their receivers. Cole didn't have enough time on task. Dillon didn't have enough time on task with this offense, with this new offense. So it's just not looking yet the way that it's probably going to look in a few weeks. They don't have their running game really up and running yet. So I just think it's still a work in progress. And it looks like, okay, it's Joe Flacco. But when you ask him to throw the ball 45 times per game in each of your first 2 games, an NFL high 90 through the first 2 weeks, that's a lot to ask. You're going to have some problems. You're going to have some mistakes.
Mary Kay, I'm in the minority in the media, I think, where I think that Dillon Gabriel should start. And you talked about they don't think he's ready yet. Well, that's a failure on their part, because if he's not ready to play, then why did they trade Kenny Pickett? Like, your backup quarterback has to be ready to play, because Joe could get knocked out of the game at any time. So if he's not ready to play, that's a failure by the organization for either not having him ready or trading him. And another part of this is if Dillon Gabriel can't handle some failure, like if he plays against Green Bay and gets his butt kicked and he stinks and he can't overcome that, his confidence is hurt by that, to me he was never going to be any good anyway. What say you to both of those things?
Well, first of all, I don't know that they don't think that Dillon Gabriel is ready to play. I don't know if that's why they made this decision. I think they're looking at the offense globally right now, and they're seeing a bunch of different mistakes all over the place. If Andre Schmidt had made his kick in the first game against the Cincinnati Bengals, we would be having a different conversation right now. The Browns would be 1-1, and I don't think we would look at it like the sky is falling or that necessarily Joe needed to be benched or any of those things. At 1-1, you feel differently about the football team. Now, once again, if you're going to be putting the ball in his hands and asking him to throw it 45 times per game because your running game isn't up to speed just yet, you're going to have some problems with an offense that just didn't practice much together in the preseason or in training camp. Now, Could Dylan Gabriel come in and give you that spark that you're looking for? He might. He very well might be able to do that. But perhaps they're seeing that there are some other issues here, and that maybe putting him out there against the Green Bay Packers and Micah Parsons in this premier defense, maybe he needs a little bit more seasoning. Maybe he needs a little bit more time. I don't know about that. They will never admit it if that's true. But even some young quarterbacks, when you go back through the history of young rookie quarterbacks, some of them fared better, or at least were successful when they went in after watching for a while. Even a half a season sometimes is enough to help a rookie quarterback assimilate the offense. I don't know if they think isn't ready yet, or if they just think that a veteran presence to navigate this time period of 3 NFC North really good defenses, 4 out of 5 on the road, a trip to London, is what they want Joe to be in there for. So we'll have to see how it goes. But I think that Joe can function effectively if some other things around him go better, including the running game. And if Quinshon doesn't get suspended anytime soon, then I think the running game will get better.
Let me ask you about the health of the team, because over the course of this game, we saw a rotation at the left tackle position, which is a very key position, and we seen Denzel in and out with cramps. How is it that we are at game 2 after a physical training camp? We can't stay on the field for hydration.
I don't know what the problem was with Denzel, and I'm looking forward to talking to him on Wednesday to see what happened there, because you wouldn't think that a young, in-shape guy like that wouldn't be able to get back on the field. I'm sure that they were giving him IVs in the locker room, and for whatever reason, he couldn't get back out there. It is puzzling. I will be the first to say that I don't really get it, and Myles Garrett didn't really sound like he understood it either after the game. So we'll have to check into that one a little bit more. And then DeWand, is it part efficiency and effectiveness and part heat? Maybe there's more to it than just making sure that he didn't get overheated in that game. So I think we need to explore that one a little bit more. And again, you might not get the answers that you're looking for. You might not get anybody to tell you the truth on some of these things. But I think that DeWand is still way over there at left tackle. But if you look at this game, maybe it's a different game if Denzel Ward is out there on the field. You never know. I think that had something to do with it. If you don't have the punt blocked. So I think there were a lot of other things that went wrong besides Joe Flacco making a couple of very egregious errors. I mean, we can all admit that the pick was horrible.
Yeah.
He doesn't get a hall pass for this one. And then, you just can't be losing the ball when you get sacked, or you just can't be losing the ball in any situation. We saw Baker do it last night. So, that does happen, but I think they want to give Joe another chance to see if his supporting cast can function a little better.
I'll say it for you, Mary Kay. DeWand ain't playing no good. He ain't been playing good. He might have been hot a little bit, but he ain't been balling. That was a mix of, you might be hot, but your play is very cold. You're a little icy. Sit by me real quick so you can watch. In terms of this offense, you done seen a lot of offenses, and you done seen a lot of Cleveland Brown seasons. Where does this offense rank in terms of, it's like pulling teeth to get points. It's like watching paint. I mean, where does this rank? Because, I think over the last 8 games, they're averaging 13.5 points in this 8-game losing streak.
Yeah, it's certainly not there yet. It's absolutely not a fully functioning offense by any stretch of the imagination to this point. I think that they went into this season really believing that they were going to rely heavily on a robust running game, and that has not happened yet. Of course, it didn't go the way they wanted. Quinshon didn't show up until last week, practiced twice, went out, and did some nice things in that game, but it's going to be that much harder against the Packers this week. Those guys shut down the Lions. They shut down the Commanders, and it's not going to be easy to run the ball. So I don't think that has helped. I think that they were going to play good defense this year, run the ball, and then try to get good, clean quarterback play. Only one of those 3 things has happened so far, and that's the really good defense. Now they've got to get the offense up and running. And so far, we haven't seen the timing and the consistency yet between Joe and Jerry Jeudy, Joe and Cedric Tillman. He was 2 of 7 targets in this past game. He was stumbling and falling down. So we just haven't seen that yet. And Joe, I don't think he had enough time on task in preseason with these guys. It happened in the final 2 weeks of camp, but that's certainly not enough. The four-way quarterback competition, I think, hurt everyone. And you can't do that. I hope they learn their lesson that you can't conduct a quarterback competition in training camp. You've got to get that figured out before you get to camp. You have to know who your quarterback is.
Man, it's been a lot of years of Kevin Stefanski having to still try to figure things out. I don't know, but do you get frustrated, Mary Kay, with his lack of communication? Like, he gives no answers. All his answers are like, I know a lot of coaches do this. I know in New York the media is pissed off about Aaron Glenn trying to pull a Belichick as if he's won anything. But, like, is it annoying that he never gives you a straight answer, that it's like from the nerd playbook, his answer every time?
Well, I do, of course, wish he would be more forthcoming because I'm in the media and I would like fuller explanations for things. But Kevin Stefanski is very conservative when it comes to answering questions in that press conference setting. He just is. I don't necessarily see that changing anytime soon. He never wants to make some kind of a headline. I think he'll just let his players do that, and they did plenty of that last week. I think he just wants to play it very, very close to the vest so that he doesn't have anything to worry about when he walks out of that interview. I think he just wants to be very, very vanilla and just keep it that way. So I don't think he's going to change his strategy. But from my standpoint, sure, I would love him to say a lot more than he says. And I just don't know if that's going to happen.
Mary Kay, obviously, this was Quinshon's first game off of, 2 days of practice. What did you think of his performance, and how much does it increase now that he's there with the team this full week? How much more can we see out of him this upcoming Sunday?
Well, I thought he did a nice job. He stayed in great shape. I could tell in those 2 days that he practiced that he was in fantastic shape. He looked really good, and you could tell that he was going to go out there and he was going to play some snaps. And so now I think he'll be ready for even more, and I think he'll do a nice job. The thing to remember here is that they are heading into some really, really good run defenses once again. And so it's going to be tough sledding, and the run blocking is going to have to be on point. And Mike Bloomgren is new. He changed things up. It's all new again, and it's not working efficiently like they hope it will be at some point down the road. And trying to get right against the Packers, that's going to be really hard to do. But they're going to have to try. They have to try because you cannot put your 40-year-old quarterback, your non-mobile 40-year-old quarterback, in position to be throwing the ball 45 times. They have to rely more on the run, and they're going to have to find a way to make it happen. And if they can't get it down for down just with the regular running game, then they've got to do more end arounds and jet sweeps and whatever it's going to take to loosen things up.
Mary Kay, the Browns are so bad right now. They are an 8-point home underdog to Green Bay, which is pretty huge. Any chance the Browns win this game? What's your prediction this weekend? I know it's early.
Well, I am not going to pick the Browns to win this game, at least right now, right now as we sit here. I'm not going to pick them to do that because I think the Green Bay Packers defense is just too good going against a Browns offense that doesn't have its act together yet at all. It's obvious that they don't.
Yep.
And they're going to have to get it together in a hurry. And what that's going to take is somehow clean ball. To get their hands on passes. I saw at least 4 or 5 drop passes. They're going to have to win their contested catches, and I just think it's a receiving core that it's just not there yet. It's just not there yet with Joe. They're going to have to work overtime to get it together, and I think you need to be seeing more out of David Njoku because they look at the pass catchers globally, not just as the receivers. They look at it as the tight ends as well, and just the whole passing game has got to get better, but it needs to be supported by a run game. Tough week to get that done, but clean ball is what they need. Don't force it. Joe forced that pass. It's obvious he forced it. Do not do that. You've got to be ready to throw it away or check it down or whatever you have to do.
All right, Mary Kay, thank you. We'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.